Let's now check out our top stories.
Hemmed in, goes back to the middle. Ricky takes it. Ricky has it. And the comeback kids have done it again.
The Broncos' redemption story is complete after a third straight come-from-behind win to down the Storm 26-22 in an NRL Grand Final Classic.
They go to Walsh. In behind the play, the ball still going.
Wow.
Reece Walsh puts his mark on the grand final.
That's Reece lightning strikes. The Broncos' mercurial number one is the best on ground in the biggest game of the year to claim the Clive Churchill medal.
And all in a game where the Broncos were forced to overcome serious injury to both their starting halves, Adam Reynolds and Ben Hunt. Both forced to ride out a nervous finish watching from the sidelines.
Yes, we have everything you need this grand final night after what was an absolute classic at Accor Stadium. We'll head back there to hear from the coaches very shortly and give you all the reaction and insights after an incredible match, because an inspirational performance from Reece Walsh has inspired Brisbane to their first NRL Premiership since 2006.
And the Broncos, didn't they have to do it the hard way, overcoming injuries to halves Adam Reynolds and Ben Hunt to then overcome the Melbourne Storm 26-22.
It's the third meeting between these two teams this season. But tonight for the Broncos and the Storm, they're playing for everything. Reynolds, Walsh, they came up quickly. Walsh gets it away. Mariner scores the first try. Grant heads out to link with Munster. Run around for Hughes. Pappenhausen. Meaney. Look at him go. What speed! Nick Meaney. The Storm respond as quickly as that. Pappenhausen now. Drops back for Munster. Comes out to Hughes, who grubbers. Chasing hard. Katoa's there. Katoa wins the race. A lovely grubber, and Melbourne have the lead. Grant comes out to Hughes, and now Katoa, cut-out ball, out to Warbrick for the line. He got there. They are unstoppable inside the Broncos' red zone. Quick play the ball. They go to Walsh. In behind the play the ball, still going.
Wow.
Reece Walsh puts his mark on the grand final. What a moment. Doing some dancing. Grant finds Hughes. Dancing himself back through the middle. Melbourne respond. Grant feeds it back. Munster. Rubbers. Kamikamatha. Then he put the ball down.
Oh, he's dropped it. I think he's dropped it.
It comes away.
It's dropped.
Set restart. Reynolds for Mann. There was a decoy went through. Shibasaki reaches out. He thinks he scored. So does the referee. The Broncos very much in it. Adam Reynolds has a problem.
No, he's got his hands up in the air. He's just signalled to the bench.
Is it the hamstring again? He tries to sprint. But he knows there's a problem. Oh, right there.
That body's falling apart.
Pikes, last tackle, shoved. Walsh, cut-out ball, out to Mariner. He has a second. Here come the Broncos. From Staggs, goes across to Hunt. Mam is there. Walsh is everywhere. Shows it. Cut-out ball. Shibasaki. Shibasaki scores! The Broncos have the lead. One stage leading by 10 at the break. Pappenhausen throws a dummy. He versus Walsh. Back on the inside for Warbrick. A huge chance missed by Melbourne. Comes across to Katoa. Hemmed in. Goes back to the middle. Ricky takes it. Ricky has it. Brisbane are the premiers. Michael Maguire leads the Broncos to their first premiership in 19 long seasons.
Best ever. I knew I got nothing. Coming down, losing two boys. We all know the storylines of the last two, so for the boys to fight for it, how good, bro, how good.
What did the coach say at halftime?
Nah, he just said back our D. Lucky we've had 2 rehearsals the last 2 weeks, so we knew that if we could get our footy on, we'd be good enough, and I don't even know how good, bro.
You had to dig deep at the end there with all the injuries and HIA.
Yeah, mate, that's what we built. Just a club that turns up for each other. There's some boys not in this team today, but our 36 boys, we've had a lot of boys from trainer trial contracts. Everyone means everything to us because week in, week out, they've been turning up. Billy Walters, Benny Tolte, oh, mate, everyone.
And what are you going to say to the Broncos fans here?
Oh, it's been a while, but we finally got you one.
Oh, yeah, look, it's pretty disappointing. Bronx were too good tonight. You can't afford to be giving Reece and Payne Haas and Paddy Carrigan and obviously Ezra Mann with the ball too much. And we defended for too long there in the back end of that game. I think it was the first 15 minutes. We just gave them too much ball, and the result pretty much speaks for itself. Great game of footy, great spectacle. Thanks for the fans coming out. Disappointing for the Storm, but hopefully we'll be back bigger and better next year. And yeah, it's pretty disappointing, so we'll lick our wounds and hopefully learn from this again.
All right, we're standing by to take you live to, of course, Stadium. As you can see, our cameras are ready for the official post-match press conferences. You'll be hearing from both teams. First up, of course, it'll be the losing Melbourne Storm coach and captain. He'll be speaking from that platform in a moment. And then a little bit later, Sam, it'll be Brisbane's turn. Fair to say there'll be one man in particular many journos will be wanting to speak to, and a lot of fans want to hear from. Reece Walsh, what an incredible effort from their mercurial number one. It was a Clive Churchill medal performance to remember for some time.
We just knew, we were talking as we were watching it, it's got to be him, it's got to be him. There is just absolutely no one else who could possibly have it. Every time he had the ball, he looked dangerous. Every time the Storm had the ball, he saved the Broncos from danger. Incredible try-saving tackles there, tackles that won the Premiership, really. And then, of course, the ball in hand, his stats were incredible. That try there, he also had 3 try assists, 14 tackle busts, 4 line break assists and 176 run metres. He was just...
This is going to be one of the big turning points. It's probably getting underplayed a little at the moment, but to knock the ball free of Big Tui Kamikamica was a huge moment. And then he goes on for these 2 try assists you spoke of, before then also being involved in another huge moment to deny a fast-finishing Melbourne Storm. This is one of the standout grand final performances, Sam, we've seen for some time.
Yeah, absolutely. There is absolutely no doubt. He just was the man of the match and the man of the Premiership, and an incredible season that he's had as well. There was no doubts being the Clive Churchill medalist. He went up stage and spoke on stage. Let's hear what our Clive Churchill medalist had to say.
A bit lost for words at the moment. First of all, I just want to thank the Melbourne Storm, Craig Bellamy and his whole team. Man, yous were the standard in the game this whole year, and to us, Bronx, all of our fans, everybody that turned out tonight, everybody appreciate yous. Madge, coaching staff, we love yous. If it wasn't for all those bloody defensive sets on our line, I don't think we'd be here. Love yous all. Plumber out.
There you go. We do know that he's caught some headlines for other reasons during the season, being caught on his own social media feed. What he thought was a bit of a joke, the toilet humour, and referenced it there a little bit too with the plumber drop mic sort of moment. But no one could say that he wasn't the best on ground. An absolutely outstanding effort, and particularly when you consider both he and Ezra Mann, who came off the bench, was outstanding because both their starting halves, first of all, Adam Reynolds, who went down pretty early on in that second half, did not come back. And then with about 8 minutes to go, Ben Hunt, the starting number 6, also heavily concussed. When this happened, Sam, I think many of us thought maybe that's the moment that the game is gone for the Brisbane Broncos, given how important Adam Reynolds is. Unfortunately, he went down, not with the hamstring, but with the calf problem. So he's off watching for the last half an hour. Ben Hunt followed suit, but just goes to show what sort of an outstanding performance Reece Walsh has had to stand up and fill in the void of his two starting playmakers.
Yeah, our hearts absolutely sunk, and I don't think anyone didn't feel for Adam Reynolds, who looked in extreme pain going off with that calf injury. And then this HIA to Ben Hunt, it was almost as if he was trying so hard to stay on the field then, and Reece Walsh identified he was in trouble and immediately ran over to him. But we talked about it in the newsroom. There was just no one that didn't feel for Ben Hunt, given it was 10 years since his last grand final, and just that very memorable, not very memorable, forgettable, he'd like to performance from
infamous, really.
Infamous is the word I'm looking for. Thank you. And this was redemption. This was part of his redemption story. Wanted to stay out on the field, but to lose both those halves, both those leaders in that team. And then the Storm kept coming back at the Broncos and managed to hold them off as Reynolds and Hunt were on the sidelines and their games ended.
So it's worth remembering Adam Reynolds, of course, brought to the Broncos for this very job. It had been so long since they had won a grand final, 2006. So 19 years in all. And, of course, they came oh so close in 2023, literally 3 minutes left in the game before Nathan Cleary stole it away from them, and that denied the Broncos. And Adam Reynolds, that moment for him, another grand final at a different team, but the script was flipped this time around. So let's have a listen to the victorious Brisbane Broncos captain.
Firstly to Craig, Harry and the Melbourne Storm, just want to congratulate you on a fantastic season. You've set the benchmark for so many years now. Could have easily went your way tonight. Keep your head high. No doubt we'll see you in a big game again in the future. Peter, Andrew, for the NRL, Telstra, thank you for putting on a magnificent season again. I think it was my favourite year to see the teams go out the way they did. The final series was amazing, so thank you again. To the Broncos major sponsors, First Mac, The Star, Forex, Kia, thank you for your ongoing support. Without you guys, none of this is possible. To our board, thank you very much, Dave, the CEO. Thank you, mate, for getting me up to Brisbane. It's been a hell of a ride. I've loved every minute of it. Can't wait to run it back next year. Looking forward to it. To our members and fans, both here in the stadium and back home in Brisbane, it's been 19 young years, and the trophy's coming back home where it belongs. Can't wait to get back home to Brisbane, to the Premier, build a bigger stadium, because we sold that one out and we'll sell it out again.
Yeah, Adam Reynolds there, Brisbane 2006. It has been a long time between drinks. What I like is when they opened up their new high performance centre at Red Hill. I was there for that opening, and they're very proud in the foyer that they have all their premiership trophies lined up, but they always had that empty plinth on which they said that is to keep us motivated for the next time that we win a grand final. And that was in 2017. They've had to wait a long time for 2025, but now they will finally be able to go and put that trophy there on that empty plinth and then build another plinth so they can keep motivated for that. For Ben Hunt, though, we talked about him before, but this was his redemption story really playing out, leaving the club after that 2015 disappointment in the grand final and that infamous moment when he dropped that high ball, and then North Queensland went on to win it there. But 7 years he spent at the Dragons, came back to the Broncos, and now has been able to finally do what they've been waiting for the past 19 years and deliver a premiership to Brisbane.
10 years ago, it was a totally different story. How do you feel?
Mate, I'm just on top of the world at the moment, Freddie. So much hard work for so many years. And, I never dreamt of coming back to this club, and to get back here and to win a comp and, just pay back what I've done for this club and what they've done for me. an absolute dream come true, mate. It really is.
Could you feel the love? I think every single person here was thinking about you towards that back end of the game. Could you feel the love?
Mate, we felt the love all year, and especially last week and tonight. Like, our fans are amazing, mate, and they've been waiting for a long time to get this, and I'm glad I can be a part of it and get it done for them.
A lot of people have been on this journey with you. Your family, what do they mean to you? Where have they been?
Oh, mate, without my family, mate, I honestly wouldn't be here. You know, the roller coaster of rugby league. My beautiful wife, my little boys, my mum and dad, like, the ups and downs I've had in my career. If I'm without the rock with them at home, I don't think I would have been here. So I've got to owe them a hell of a lot, mate. And all the people have contributed to my career over the, right through from the juniors. This is something that they can all look at and say they were a part of.
You played in plenty of games. How did that one stand up? It looked like a pretty good quality from the sideline.
Oh, mate, it had everything. Our last 3 or 4 weeks have had a bit of everything too, but it was a fantastic grand final, and I'm just glad we're on the right end of it.
What about your fullback, Walsh? He set up a couple, he saved about 4. What's your last word on Reece Walsh?
Mate, freak. That's all I can put it down to. He's an absolute freak.